Welcome to the Bobby Moore stand on this darkest of dark days. We had some tragic news earlier. Terrible news, the worst kind of news. Callum Wilson's fucking signed for West Ham.
It's true.
It's just like, yeah, it happened. It's happened. Martyn, it happened. What you got to say?
I was sort of convincing myself it wasn't going to happen. I thought
know.
there was smoke and mirrors for something.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got to try and find some positives in it somewhere. I'm sure we're going to talk about it. But,
I'm sure there are some, but I think the positives have got to start with him doing a fucking convincing intro video and sort of, you know, he's done a lot of piss taking on that podcast, hasn't he? He's got
this
a lot
is
of
big thing. Yeah, he's ridiculed our Conference League win. He's sort of bantered West Ham quite a lot, and he says a bit of repair to do.
There is big time, and I want a personal apology because he looked in my general direction as he was laughing at us in the Bobby Moore lower after he scored a goal. Really pissed me off. Right,
unforgivable.
I develop a kind of, you know, got a bit of a twitch whenever I see his smiling face. Don't know what it is, but I had to try and resolve my problems today. When I'm a bit depressed, I go and buy something. So I did. I bought this. Look, Boyle Sports West Ham shirt. Yeah, I bought it today. Not really that keen on this one, but it's all right. I bought the long sleeve version because the fucking silly green badge looks better. But that one's the best one, isn't it?
You're not our new signing, are you, Gal, holding up the shirt?
I might as well be the new signing, mightn't I? I think I'll be fit more often than the actual new signing. You know,
bit of legs in midfield.
Bit of legs in midfield, yeah, exactly. I won't say me hamstring every time I get up. That's for sure. What I'll do is we'll talk about this when we get there. We ain't there yet. There's lots more to talk about in this show. So let's park the spectre of Callum Wilson at the back of our minds until we get there. So other than that, Martyn, you had a good Saturday so far. I saw you risk life and limb earlier.
Yeah, fantastic. My daughter's just passed her test, so we've got her out in her new car today. It was quite exciting. I think I referred to it as like the last few minutes of the Conference League final. She done great. Really proud of her.
Yeah, brilliant. It's lovely when they do that. But a little bit of freedom. She get used to it. About a week's time, she'll have her seat back, music on one hand, driving one hand.
Yeah. That's when it's going to get scary.
Yeah.
What about you? You had a good day?
Yeah, it's been all right, actually. I feel really happy today because my quarter closed yesterday. All the hard work's done. And then the next quarter starts again on Monday. So I remember this is the free time. It's good. Right, everybody. Welcome everybody in the chat and everybody who's watching. Claire is doing the modding as usual tonight. Claire, don't cross her.
Evening, Claire.
Evening, Claire. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please could you, if you watch our stuff, give the video a like and hit the bell notification icon, not necessarily in that order. But let's get on with the show. We've got a ton of stuff to get through. Ton of stuff. So yeah, news. First bit of news. Again, we'll discuss it a bit more depth later. But Callum Wilson signed a 1-year, heavily incentivized deal with West Ham. This was announced by David Alstein earlier. We heard he was having his medical earlier, and that's usually a sign where they've done the pre-agreement anyway, isn't it? So it's just like a formality. And if anything bad doesn't come out of the medical, then it's got on. So I was sitting there thinking, please, there's something bad come out of it. But anyway, it is what it is. He follows strictly Dan Cummings, Malik Diouf, Kyle Walker-Peters to be our 4th summer signing. So it's gathering pace, albeit not in the right way. At last, this week, after about 2 hours after I made my last video, Lucas Paqueta was officially cleared by the FA. So yeah, they finally got off the pot. So that was good. And there's 2 ways that can go. What do you think, Martyn? I mean, Newcastle and Man City are rumoured to be interested. West Ham are saying now they want the original 85 million if he goes anywhere. So to me, with that price going up, it suggests West Ham want to keep hold of him.
Yeah, I think they've probably been given some signs that he's happy. I mean,
yeah,
we're now getting all the happy videos. He's had the pat cam, the dancing clips and everything. Full focus on him now. He looked like the weight was off his shoulders the other night, didn't he?
He did. He looked happy again, didn't he? He looked like the bad bastard that we used to have, you know. And I really love him when he's in that mood. I'd love to just see him for 1 more year, even if we just agree next summer you can get your move. That's fine. Spurs fans clearly didn't know how poor they were when they were talking about signing him, so that was never going to happen. Strong rumours that both Nayef Aguerd and Dinos Mavropanos will start the season in the first team squad. However, Roma might have something to say about that, trying to bid 15 million and 1 penny. So as I win me 50 quid bet off Chris. That's the rumour anyway. It's the word on the street.
They can't take your Greek god, can they, Gary?
No, they can't. They can't. I've got his shirt and everything. Fucking hell. They can't sell him before I've even put the shirt up, can they? Madness.
They'll be protesting.
I will. A one-man protest outside the Greek embassy.
Excellent.
Yeah. And finally, the US tour comes to a close tomorrow. It's been a good tour, actually. Like, it's been the antithesis of last year. It's actually been really well supported in good stadiums, in proper locations. And tomorrow, I think it's another World Cup venue in Atlanta, Georgia, against Bournemouth. So they got trounced 4-1 the other night by Man United. It's an actual work-friendly kickoff time this time. It's 7 o'clock tomorrow night, UK. Yeah. So I'm hoping secretly for some. We hardly ever get 2 good things in a row, but I'm hoping for 2 good things in a row and another entertaining game, ain't you?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed that the other night, the Everton game.
Yeah.
Usually staying up for them late games is hard, but blimey, I found it hard to go to sleep after. I was sort of buzzing for it.
I was wired, and I went to sleep about 3, and I had to get up at 6 to go for a run because once I've committed to a run, Lily's getting up, right? So I got to do it. I got no choice, but it was all right. Surprisingly, it was all right. Right, before we get onto the transfer news, we'll get through this pretty quickly, I think. But let us know in the chat. I'm going to try and take your mind off Callum Wilson for a minute because there are good things apart from Callum Wilson, right? We've seen a lot of the youth team play in the last couple of days, and I think they've impressed to different degrees. So knowing what we know so far, how many of them do we think could feature in the first team squad? How many of them are going to go out on loan or play in Premier League 2? The new reserves, the new style reserves. I don't want to see a bench full of kids, really, like we had under Moisey, where we had like 5 kids on the bench never getting used. I'd rather have a couple that get used than a whole raft of them,
Yeah. No,
and the squad's looking fuller now, isn't it? It's looking fuller. So I think there's a few that are pretty easy to go for it. But Keelan Casey, for me, that's a loan. He's 20.5 years old, 20 and a half.
Yeah, I think he'd do well to have another season somewhere else and just sort of make himself a man. It's a bit early, I think. I think we saw the other night. He's obviously a talented player, but that's going to be hard to play centre back in that system.
It is. He's I think they mature a little bit older, don't they? Centre half. So if he comes back almost 22, same age as Potts, having had a season in the Championship or something like that, it might be good.
Yeah, I think that's probably the plan. It's what Brighton used to do. They used to put a player in League One for a season, put him in the Championship, and then the first team, like a 3-year plan.
Yeah, it's worked. It's worked for Freddie Potts for sure. We come to Freddie Potts last, right? Because he's the easiest. But Phil Fearon, 18 and a half years, and you said earlier you had some more information on him because I didn't see where he come from. What happened?
Yeah, he after he come from Chelsea and joined us, he developed a stress fracture in his spine. It wasn't a impact injury or anything. So he basically missed the first season of football when he come to us.
Oh.
So that was quite a hard period for him, and he came back, and I was so impressed with him. I mean, he excelled obviously on the pitch, but in school and everything, he passed all his exams like A-stardom, and he's a real top lad, I think.
He must be a motivated kid, mustn't he? He must have been frustrated as hell being, well, that's 2 big frustrations. Firstly, getting booted out by Chelsea. Secondly, he joins West Ham, gets his chance and gets injured for a year. And then he comes back stronger than ever. And he got the Academy's Best Player of the Year, didn't he? Dylan Tombida's award, yeah?
Yeah, he won a couple of awards, I think. Some other award that they give to the Academy players. He's really highly rated by the Academy. So
I'd love to see Phil do well. I really would. And I think if you look at him, putting him out on loan, so he kind of looked, it was only 20 minutes. I don't want to overcook it, right? But it was only 20 minutes. But he did look very mature and very capable. He was looking for the ball. He was going searching for it. And then he was running with it. He was finding passes. One mistake where he gave the ball away, but he even tried to correct that, right? But that's going to happen. I think you probably don't send him out on loan, put him in Premier League 2. Then you can use him. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably a bit early for a loan for him, but
Yeah,
probably back into the academy.
yeah, for sure.
Can I just
Look,
say, you've made me call him Phil now. I talk about him at work. And now I'm going like, oh, it's Phil
yeah,
Fearon. And then I
yeah, I
suddenly
know.
think, hold on a minute, that ain't his name.
Fucking, I'll tell you what, right? Wait there, because I'm boiling. I ain't put the fan on. I've got a long sleeve shirt on. Hang on, I'm dying
Oh
here.
no. Blimey. I'll try and keep you entertained while Gary's gone. Blimey, looks like he's fishing. Oh no, he
Got
is.
me remote control. It's all right. I got me remote control, but it's just like it's no good when it.
It is
How
hot,
come?
isn't it?
It's boiling in here. Oh, it's better. Oh, I can breathe. Right.
I
Okay.
went
So
and
Lewis
watched
Alford, was that?
I went and watched the academy, obviously minus all the players they've taken at
Yeah.
Ebbsfleet, and just sort of speaking to people. Apparently, Potter went to him and said, "Give me the 12 best players who you think are next on the conveyor belt," and
Oh,
that's he
did he?
wanted to have a look at them. Yeah, so
Wow.
that's good signs. I think we've got to get this academy producing players because
Well,
the youth team won the FA Youth Cup, didn't they?
yeah. I mean, it's just it's amazing. It's amazing the progress they've made in the last couple of years. I mean, Mark Noble is a sporting director now. They're referring to him as so he must have bumped himself into a starting seat from the sound of it.
Yeah,
And it was his primary goal, wasn't it, to get a route through from the youth team to the first team.
yeah.
So I think that's perfect. That fits our model, and having a manager that does that is a breath of fresh air. I love it.
Well, going back to that FA Youth Cup, it
Yeah,
frustrates the hell out of me because we beat Arsenal 5-1, and in that Arsenal team was Lewis Skelly, who's now playing for England,
yeah.
and Wanyeri,
I know.
and we haven't seen anyone really from it yet.
No. That was. Look, I don't want to go back in time and slag off the last manager, but one. But he wasn't interested in the kids, was he? I mean,
No,
it's just like it just would have been. And I don't think the team was suitable for the kids either. I got to be honest. I can see
no,
why he didn't
it
play him
wasn't.
because it wasn't that sort of team, right? This team is that sort of team. If he plays that formation, and that brings me on to Callum Marshall, right? He's 21. 100 days off 21. He's 20. But he looks like he can be useful. I vote we keep him. And because we're playing like a front two effectively, maybe a one behind a one, whatever, it's a front two, then that's good for him. It would be no good if he was up front on his own, right? But I think
No.
yeah.
But I think he done really well the other night, especially in the first part of the game. He was
Yeah.
buzzing around, pressing. He was
Nearly,
like a pest to their defence. Yeah,
yeah.
nearly scored.
Yeah. Keeper come out, made a good save there. I think Lewis Guillaume, that speaks for himself. He's getting better and better. Whenever he comes on, he makes an impact, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I've included Andy Irving in here, but he's just turned 25. He's the oldest youth team player ever. Again, with him, he looks like a useful squad player, so he's maturing nicely. He'd be a first teamer by the time he's 28.
He's worth more to us than any money we're going to get for him.
He is absolutely.
He'll sit on the bench. He won't moan. He's a tidy player. You know what you're going to get from him. I'd keep him.
He's a decent standard as well. He's never going to be a world beater, but he's a decent standard, right? So he'll get game time. George Urphy, this is one that I'm in two minds about, right? Because a lot of people think he's ready for the first team now, but I would have liked to have seen him. The only thing I've seen of him was that goal just before he went on loan.
Yeah.
Good goal. But people rate him highly, as well as Lewis Alford, who's 19 and a half. So these two, Lewis Alford's younger, George Urphy's 21. So Lewis Alford might be Premier League 2 or a loan. George Urphy at 21, you've got to say, 21, he really should be on age alone looking at the first team.
Yeah, it's such a shame we haven't seen him. This injury's come at the worst time.
Yeah.
But it's a difficult one to judge that. It also depends who we bring in because how many spaces are there going to be?
No. And Freddie Potts, let's finish on Freddie Potts. Now, obviously, he's good enough to play in the first team. But we are looking for central defensive midfielders, and there's a lot of big names being bounced around like Basuma and Onyedika and all that sort of stuff. There's also the problem of Alvarez. I think, having thought about it a bit more and looked at the way Potter plays and looked at some stats from last season from Alvarez, I know it was last season, but he was not effective last season at all, even when he played Alvarez. So I reckon he's got to go. He's got to be the make weight, right? I'd rather see Freddie Potts playing the first team than him.
100%.
But as we're going to review Bissouma later, you sort of look at that and say, look how successful he was under Potter last time. Freddie Potts is going to grow into a first team player, first team regular by the end of the season, I would imagine, right? Drip him in, and then by the end of the season. So I reckon he's got to be in the squad. I reckon he's got to get game time, but it'll be the backup to whoever he's brought in if we bring someone in. Otherwise, he starts.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy for him to start, to be honest, over Alvarez. I don't think he's committed to us. There's a good player in there, but he's always hinting about going somewhere else for other channels. And
he's never been committed to us. He only ever saw this as a short-term move. He'd come here, he'd do a year, and then he moved to Man United. That was the route that was all sorted out. But he got an injury just before the end of the season, and he's sulked ever since.
Yeah, I think that was the Tim start, and I think that's how he convinced them. He's come to West Ham, and then we'll sell you on.
I think so.
That was the whole plan.
So
also, they've come with that attitude. That's why Kudos started sulking and things. And
honestly, I don't even want to hear his name. Bloody Caduce. But right, so that's the youth team. So going through them again, Marshall, we think first team, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Earthy is like debatable. It's either PL2 or first team. I don't think 21. He can't go out on another loan. Surely he could be best part of 23 by the time he comes back. Andy Irvine keep, Guilherme keep, Alford. That's either a loan or PL2, but he's not going to be in the first team at the moment. Fearon same, right? But with those two, they're so talented, Fearon and Alford, that the season's a long time, and we'll have cup games. And because they're in the sort of youth team, they can be called into the first team. So they could still get first team football, right?
Yeah, that's what we've got to get right. Last thing we want is them missing a season of football and just playing 10 minutes here and there. They're going to have to play somewhere.
Yeah. Keelan Casey out on loan, I would think. And Freddie Potts straight into the first team or the first team squad at least.
Yeah, I'm getting excited about him.
I am. I think he looks... I'd like to know. I'd like to look back and see where Declan was at that age, because is he 21 going on 22? I think he is, or is he 20? No, I think he's going on 22.
I think he's 22 in September.
Yeah. I wonder where Deck was at that age though, in his development, because he did have a troubled start, Deck, and it's a player who plays in the same position and even runs in a similar way to him and has a very similar style of play.
Yeah, there's loads of similarities. It's an interesting point actually. It's hard to remember what stage Deck was at, because he started at centre back, didn't he? So we didn't see him ball playing. He
ducked under that ball against Arsenal, and then he got dropped a few times from the first team, and then Pellegrini put him in centre and midfield, and I think he failed on the first time, and then he tried again. You know, because that's what happens with kids, right? That's what happens with them. They make mistakes, they're demoralised. You know, like Skulls last year, and he's going to be in the first team again this year, and obviously Potter's going to use him.
Yeah,
even if you don't use him left back, he use him as centre half, won't he?
Yeah, he will do. He's developed into a really good player.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's great the kids getting involved. It's what I've campaigned for years now. I've just missed it. I think you get this sense of he's one of our own. The crowd love it. They give him more time because they're one of our own.
Yeah,
it's good for the club.
There's definitely a buzz about the place when a youngster comes on and does well. There definitely is. And if George Murphy comes through, it was Moyes that actually gave me his debut, wasn't it? Because it was that last game of the season. Yeah. So
because he got knocked out, didn't he? He came on and got knocked out, and then when he came back, he scored. That was a great moment. But
the fact is, even Moyes put him on earlier that season and then put him on in the last game. That suggests he's got something about him, because he did not like putting kids on, did he?
No, he didn't. That's hard for a kid to break through in that team, because it's all about physicality, isn't it? And
of course it is. So that is all the youth teams. So now we're going to talk about transfers. We're going to start with the outbounds, right? And these are just rumours at the moment. So Lucas Paqueta, we covered that already. There is nothing hard. The only thing that he hasn't done so far, he said he's happy to stay at West Ham, but he hasn't said he wants to stay at West Ham. Yeah, he's happy to. So I think it's down to whether one of these big clubs comes in. Bear in mind, he's just lost 2 years of his career, really, 2 years of progression, where we would have had a cupboard full of trophies and a load of money in his bank, right? So I'm sure he's got a load of money anyway. But But if that comes along, that was going to be the big move of his career, wasn't it? And if he gets a chance of that happening again, I guess we get a load of money. He gets his dream move. We get to reinvest it and buy some different players. I'm all right with that, but I'd rather him stay.
I'm all right with that, but I don't want the season to start and he's outstanding and we lose him right near the end of the window because
that can't happen. That can't happen. That's what I said the other night. There's got to be a cut off with this where something happens, ahead of the first game, or it doesn't happen at all.
Yeah. I think the noises we're hearing about what money we want for him, I think we're keeping him for a season. I
don't think anyone's paying that, are they?
No, it's a bit
Newcastle
risky.
not paying that. They're not paying that. And Man City, I don't think will pay that either. So good. Let's demand 85 million. Yeah. Emerson, Lazio, and a few others are interested in him. He's going at some point. I think we get 7 to 10 million for him. What we Alvarez, AC Milan, Monaco, Liga Mexico club. I guess Liga Mexico club. Milan exploring swap possibilities after Gold Cup form. Don't swap for who? Monaco reopened talks in July. Mexican press say a domestic giant has inquired. Sky report West Ham won't stand in his way. Well, oh shit. Club willing to cash in if they can recoup the 35 million they paid for him.
Yes.
He's got to go, hasn't he? He's got to go. He's got to go. You don't have. I don't think you get a third chance after fighting with two managers, do you?
No, and I'm not seeing any signs as well. He's joined back up with the squad. I didn't see him on the bench or anything in that game the other day. I know he's a bit behind all the others and on a break, but
he was in the dressing room apparently. I commented on the video the other day, the one that followed Fulkrug into the dressing room. I said he was nowhere to be seen. Apparently he was sitting near Guillermo, so I got that wrong. Right. But is what it is. As long as he's not causing trouble in there, that's all that matters. Guido Rodriguez. Escape route offered. So Spain. This is that one I mentioned the other night. Who was it? Celta Vigo and MLS are interested in him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that's a slow league out there, isn't it?
Oh, he'd excel out there.
He'd be player of the season out there. Player of the yeah, he would.
He looked so good. The only time he looked good for us is in them games when it was hot in England and the pace was slow.
Yeah, if you could play the Premier League at half pace, he would be amazing. He'd be the best player in the league because he's technically excellent. He's very, very good. He reads his game very well, but his legs just won't move him where he needs to be.
No,
shame.
He's not for the Premier League.
Thomas Souček, the noise has faded around Thomas Souček. There was Burnley and Leeds interested, but really, we know what's going to happen here. We're going to get an offer from Everton. And it says in this thing here that renewal is likelier than a sale. I don't know about that. Unless you use him as a plan B, because he's a good plan B. Don't know.
Yeah.
And finally, our favourite, and this is interesting, right? James Ward-Prowse. Now, this is a quote from the Saints, I don't know, their fanzine, their online fanzine or something like that, because their fans have been talking about a swap deal with Fernandes that Chris, our channel ITK, me and Martyn are just IDKs. We don't know. Yeah. But Chris is the ITK. He suggested this first, because like, of course he would, a part exchange. So Ward-Prowse plus, I don't know, Ward-Prowse plus, well, how much is he worth? 30 million, 40 million? So it'd be Ward-Prowse plus 39 million for Fernandes. But their fans are saying, this is an actual direct quote, right? They said, let's admit it, there would hardly be any Saints fans unwilling to have club hero Ward-Prowse back on any terms. Yet that's the catch Southampton needs to take care of, because they went on to say he hasn't got the energy of Fernandes. Fernandes he covers the centre of the pitch. He's their player of the year by a mile. He belongs in the Premier League. He's a great player. Yeah. They know Ward-Prowse won't do that, but Ward-Prowse would definitely be good for one season because they're going to walk the Championship. I expect he'd be good for that season in the Championship.
Yeah, I mean the set pieces alone for them, and he'll be back at home. It's perfect, isn't it? I'll take the deal, please. Where do we sign?
Listen, I've searched high and low for some news, some transfer news on Areola. There's nothing there. So that's just wishful thinking. But I added him to the list anyway, right?
I did see where famous in the know ITK, his top senior source said that is the new keeper coming in to replace Areola, and he said no, it's to compete with him. But then, like a few days ago, they were saying it's an urgent priority, the goalkeeper. So
you know
so
what it is, though. You know what it is. I don't want to say he's shit, right?
Yeah.
We want to get rid of him. They've got to play him up, and they've got to say he's still got a part to play. Otherwise, you'll end up getting a fiver for him.
Yeah, and he's on big wages, so
huge. I think we'll end up paying half of them like we did for Zuma for 2 seasons. You know,
yeah, it's a difficult one. That
it is. So bottom line, anyway, for the outbounds, actively available ones we're trying to push out are Emerson, Alvarez, Rodriguez. In limbo, but could leave Paqueta. Speculative only. That's my alarm going off. Speculative only are Souček and Ward-Prowse, but I've given you my theories. They could go. And Areola, that's just a wish. All right. But the club would like to sell. I know they've said that. They've said that before. So no matter what senior source says, they've said that before. So just a couple of bits of hot news. Matías Fernández. West Ham have submitted an official offer. This is news in tonight to Southampton for the 21-year-old excellent Portugal under-21 midfielder. Fee undisclosed, but real money is on the table. That's good. That's good news. So he's a good player. He's a very, very good player.
I'd love that signing.
That has got to be
It's
got to be a part X, and it because that is just such a good opportunity to move Ward-Prowse the other way. It's the only opportunity. You got to take it, right? And
it makes sense for both the clubs. It's just whether we can attract Fernandez, but I think we can. We're a big club.
We are, and we're against Juventus and one other who've got Champions League football, but Champions League, but Serie A, and Serie A is nothing like compared to the Premier League. Premier League, you're playing against the best teams in the Champions League, and it's the most televised thing, and you're going to earn more money. So, and he knows he can play in England, so why wouldn't he?
Yeah, I'll keep my fingers crossed on this one. I'd love this signing.
It would be amazing. It would be amazing, and from a Southampton point of view, it'd keep their fans happy. Obviously, what I just read. All their fans would love to see Ward-Prowse come home. He's a local hero. Yeah. We've got a very different opinion of Ward-Prowse, but they've had many good years out of him. They love him down there, a local lad. And also, another bit of late breaking news: Romano Schmid, the what is it? The Alpine Messi. That's for you, Chris. The Alpine Messi could be winging his way, could be skiing across to the London Stadium. West Ham now actively weighing a 13 million move for Werder Bremen's Austria international after other midfield targets stalled. Club captain Marco Friedel pleads for Schmidt to stay. Don't go, Romano, stay, please. That was from Jacob Steinberg, so usually reliable. All good.
No smoke without fire from people like that. So
absolutely. So look, that's it. We've finally got round to the transfer news. We're half hour in. Done all right, haven't we? Got through a lot of stuff there.
We've done well, yeah.
We're doing good time, making good time. So, first of all, let's talk goalkeepers. Now, we've been linked with Cooper of Sheffield United, who is a sort-house geezer. John Victor was a new one last night. Apparently, we tabled an €8 million bid, beating Everton and Gala. Who's Gala? So, the 6'5" Brazilian. Big bloke. His picture's on the thumbnail. Ferocious looking bloke, actually. Towering shot stopper, big throw distribution, good. South American acclimatization needed. So, so come the winter, he's going to need a coat.
Yeah,
I would say.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Is he a Brazilian international? I mean, he's a Brazilian under 17 cap, it says. Or is it?
I was looking at his stats. Cap. He hasn't played many games.
Is he not?
No. I'm sure I've read he only played 84 games or something.
But he played 52 appearances in 24-25.
Oh, right.
So
he played in the World Club Cup, didn't he? But
yes. And I think that's where the link has come from. I don't really buy this one, right? Because I do believe this one is going to happen. Mads Hermansen, 25 million deal, fourth week of this deal, nearly there. Foxy's boss, Martyn admits a sale is probable. Danish outlets claim Hermansen has a verbal agreement with West Ham, and Sky say the Hammers have have bid a 25 million offer plus 10% sell on, and that's being finalised and it's in its final stages. So Graham Potter wants the 25-year-old Danish Edison as his sweeper keeper after Fabianski's exit. Now that's interesting. So after Fabianski's exit, so maybe John Victor could be the Areola successor. Was that you or Chris said that the other day?
That was me. I was just trying to make sense of it, but
yeah,
I know Chris was saying it's an expensive backup, but is it really if you take Areola's wages away?
Well, it's not if you pay for him by the foot, right? It's quite a lot of goal. It's quite a lot of 6.5 foot of bloke there, right? And 8 million euros. That's bargain in my book. Right?
I find it hard to believe that we've got a new head goalkeeping coach and really sorted that out. He's got new coaches in and they've identified these top keepers, and then suddenly we're going to go with this guy.
Yeah, well, again, you don't know though. You don't know whether, and that's from Fabrizio Romano, by the way. It's his scoop, so it might have something in it. But you just wonder whether, I mean, Areola, if something happens to the main keeper and Areola's back in goal, we've got a problem, right? This guy has definitely got good distribution. He's 29. He's quite a mature keeper. So that's why he's 8 million euros. He's not a fortune. Yeah, it sounds like he's just come good very late in his career, but he's got another 10 years to go. He's a keeper. Right? Yeah. The one thing that makes me doubt, I still think there's a chance of getting Suzuki. I've read this in many places today. Because one day Suzuki is rumored is going to be like maybe the best keeper in the world. He's properly good. He had the highest catch rate in Serie A last year. He catches everything. He's dominant, totally dominant in his box. And I love that. I really love that. We know Hermansen. What he hasn't got, Suzuki, is the ability to play the sweeper keeper role at the moment. He'd need to learn it. Whereas Hermansen, he's comfortable 25 yards off his goal line, perfectly happy to receive the ball and be a sweeper, for want of another word.
Suzuki's really good on the ball, though.
He's very good on the ball.
Passes out.
No, he's brilliant on the ball. I mean, elite long passing. That's what it says here. Brave starting position, needs to work on high balls. So it's kind of the antithesis of Suzuki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is the hold-up. I think they thought Suzuki was too expensive, so they was going down the Hermansen route. And then every time we get close to that, I think Palmer say, hold on a minute, we might be able to lower the price a little bit.
Give you a tenner off.
Yeah. They're both going to be expensive. We're going to have to spend some good money on this position, but I'm pleased about that.
Yeah. We'll come to some of your comments, by the way, at the end, because I usually, I haven't managed to get Martyn in on the comments tonight, so that's just me. That's why they're getting ignored. And usually, you got two of us looking at them. So Suzuki should be the target, says Randy. But if Potter wants him or Hermansen, then get him. Yeah, look, I just want a keeper, and I think it's got to be suitable for the Potter system. I would absolutely love Suzuki because that's exciting, isn't it? When you're hearing mutterings like that, he could be the best keeper in the world.
Yeah.
And he's, that's a tough league to play in as well. And it's a physical league. They'll be bashing him all over the place, be elbows, How long has Areola got left on his contract? I don't know, Surely we didn't give him a 5-year deal, did we?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've got a funny feeling it's 27 it finishes.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
Yeah.
He was on loan for a while and then he signed a big deal, didn't he, when we actually signed him?
Yeah. See, this is the thing, right? Should have kept Fabs and got rid of Areola, said Claire. But the thing is, with those wages, who's going to take him, right? I mean, that's the problem. I do feel sorry for him. I like him as a bloke, and he's clearly found himself, like Souček, really. He found himself in a team that ain't playing the type of football that's complementing his skill set, right? So it's not their fault. They are the players they are. He's not a sweeper keeper. He's not a youngster, so he can't be adapted into a sweeper keeper. He becomes a bag of nerves when he starts doing it. So I really feel for him because he looked like he was wearing the pain on his face when he always does. So I don't want to slag the guy off.
Yeah, no, it's nothing personal. It's just the same with Souček. It's nothing personal, is it? It just doesn't fit 100%. The team anymore.
Yeah. Yes, we're going to come to that. I promise, Steve. I'm saving him till last, right? I'm saving him till last. When we're going to learn. We'll never learn, but I'll tell you what, there is one good thing about this. I'm searching now. Potter said he didn't want him, right? Then he said, all right, the only way I would want him is if it's on a 1-year deal, sort of pay as you play, like a horrible contract. That's what he signed in the end, right? So he clearly got no other offers, which, again, doesn't sound very good, does it? There was literally no competition for his signature.
That is the positive, isn't it? If this doesn't affect our budget at all, he's just going to be there. If he don't play, we don't lose out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think let's go back to the transfer links for a minute. So let's move on to midfield. So that's the keeper's done. Moving to midfield. This one really feels like it might happen because they need the money. Spurs, got to laugh, haven't you? They want 17 to 20 million for Yves Bissouma, who is 28 years old, 5'11", so slightly older than we'd like, but 17 to 20 million. And Potter knows him because he got his big move to Spurs for 25 to 35 million when he was playing for Potter at Brighton. So he was very, very good for Potter. And he's a destroyer. And rash tackles and cards are a bit of a problem for him, but he could be a perfect replacement for Alvarez. And this is where you're sort of looking at this and you're thinking, he's ready to go, right? Immediately, day one in the Premier League, away you go. He's a replacement. He's going to work. Potsy could be his backup. Potsy's going to it's going to take a while to warm up, right? Because it's a baptism of fire. The first game's away to Chelsea, isn't it? The second game's at home to Chelsea. The first game's away to Sunderland. So it's going to be a baptism of fire. They've made a load of signings as well, and we've got a load of hard games in that first 5 or 6 as well. So I think we need to start strong. We absolutely need to start strong. And defensive midfield, guarding that back three, I think is going to be so important. And as well as the tricky midfielder. What do you think about that, Martyn? What do you think about that? I know you said, and that's where I am at as well. If we sign no one for defensive midfield, I think he gets the shirt, right? He starts. But what would you do? It's a bit of a dilemma, isn't it? Tell me what you think in the chat, people. If Bissouma, he's a good player. He is a good player.
Yeah, the more I think about Bissouma, the more I like it. So, especially when you look back to him playing for Potter, he's going to come straight into someone he knows.
Yeah,
it hasn't worked for him at Spurs, has it? Really, no. He hasn't been the same player. I think Potter would know how to use him properly, and it would probably be a fresh start for him. He'd do well for us probably, and it help Potts, wouldn't it?
It will. He can play as well. No, you're right to say that. You're right to say that about him because I'll give you the full wordage. Right, it says. Where is it? Sorry, lost it. But yeah, destroyer with dribble, escape, press resistance, rash tackles and cars could be perfect as an Alvarez replacement. Arbitrary Potter rating of 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. And imagine him, the first thing he'd do. I mean, I'd warm to him immediately when he boots Caduce up in the air.
Yeah, because that's early, that game with him, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He's brilliant.
I absolutely love that. He comes to us and turns into a world beater.
Barry's reading my mind.
Flops.
Barry's reading my mind. Bissouma goes straight through Caduce. It'd be like an instant hero.
That'd be amazing.
Brilliant. Yeah. So stop signing Arsenal and Spurs cast-offs on inflated wages. Well, when they've got good, when they're usable, why wouldn't you sign them? Especially if he knows the player, Trodge. I don't get that. And just because they've played for an Arsenal or a Spurs or a Chelsea, just because it ain't worked there, we're a different environment, a totally different environment, a totally different fan base, a totally different squad, different style of football. So, Potter knows that he works in his style of football, right? How many styles of football have they played recently, Spurs? I mean, they change it every season, don't they?
Yeah, I like this one. It's just the energy and athleticism in midfield. That is what we need. So I'm not going to turn down Bissouma.
I agree. I totally agree. And that is like the exception to the rule, I think, when it comes to defensive midfield over Potsy. Potsy could back him up. He is going to get sent off. He is going to get suspended. Probably we're going to have injuries. Potsy's going to get game time. We need a squad. We don't just need a first team. Harvey Elliott. Nothing on that at all. Apart from the odds have still crashed to 3-1, making us favourites. Spoken about Matías Fernandes already. He's closer to 30 million, not 20 million. Saints are talking 40 million, but don't see that. Again, depends on Bissouma, I guess, but Rafael Onyedika, well, the latest on this is 20 million euro bid looming. What the hell does looming mean? It says Belgian reports say West Ham will accelerate the offer post US tour. Well, we'll see. The one that I really like, who could be a really, really good. This is a 2-footed box-to-box engine with thunder strikes. Do you love a thunder strike, Martyn? I love a thunder strike.
Oh, I do. Who doesn't love a thunder strike?
I know. He can over dribble though, and that is Nelson Diossa, central midfielder from Monterrey. He can over dribble. I can over dribble as well. Let me tell you. So let me hold a minute. So I'm losing my track. So £11 million bid rejected. Apparently, $13 million offer knocked back.
Where's he from?
He's from Monterrey.
Oh, right.
So Rayados waiting on higher Real Betis proposal. Well, that ain't going to happen, is it? Ain't going to offer more than us. So he'd be waiting a while. But he starred in the World Club Cup Championship, whatever. People picked him out. Another one that could be an alternative to Harvey Elliott, because Villa have seen the writing on the wall and know they're charging a bit too much for this player. And that is Jacob Ramsey. Apparently, he dropped his asking price from 40 million to 30 million, bringing him within our zone of accessibility. Good player.
I think it comes down to whether he wants to be here. I don't want him coming over here and it's like, didn't work out at Villa, and I'm not getting the signs that he really wants to move to us. That worries me a bit.
Randy's just pissed on me cornflakes. Diossa's just been transferred somewhere else. This is the thing about doing transfer shows, Randy. It's ridiculous. I put a thumbnail together earlier. Have a look at the thumbnail, because I put a thumbnail together earlier and Callum Wilson weren't on it. So I had to shuffle the boys along and slap him in the background.
That's what happens this time of year. You sit down and write a video, you go in there and record it, and by the time you come out, it's all changed.
All right, let's just delete fucking Diossa off my list then. Diossa, Diossa. Yeah, don't fucking want him anyway.
We've got some funny named players this year, haven't we?
Yeah, they're all got funny names. Yeah. And look, this is a penultimate one, right? You know the ultimate one's going to be, but the penultimate one is Artem Dovbyk, striker from Roma. 35 to 35 million euros. Now, I said this a few weeks ago. If we're playing two up front, we need 4 strikers. We do. We've got Fulkrug. We've got he who shall not be named. We've got what's his name? The kid,
Marshall,
Callum Marshall, and we've got Bowen. Yeah, sort of. I think we need another one. I do, and I think that would be towards the end of the window anyway. So I don't buy that we're in for a striker now. But anyway, it's been reported that they may fall for a 25 million euro bid. Juve and Milan interested as well. Looks like a good player. Ukrainian, plays for Roma, 28 caps for Ukraine. He got 17 goals and 5 assists in 38 appearances last year, virtually 1 in 2. Well, sort of. 1 in just under 2. I don't know much
about this player. Is he a big striker? Or?
Yeah, he's 6 foot. He's 28. Again, bit on the old side. It says explosive runs, aerial menace, high XG, link play inconsistent. Whereas Fulkrug's link play is excellent.
Yeah. How good was he the other night, by the way?
He was amazing. He looks like a different player this year. Amazing what happens when someone's fitting it. So, look, finally, we come to the grand finale of the show, the Callum Wilson section. Yes, it isn't a dream. It's happened. He's going to be wearing a West Ham shirt, one of these, with Boyle Sports on the front. And going to make another podcast.
They'll probably announce it with his podcast or something.
Yeah,
with
probably
Antonio
will.
Sitting there.
I think, listen, right, and I'm serious about this. I'm not happy about it. I think you can tell. But as someone said in the comments earlier, someone said to me last week, boo him as he comes onto the pitch to show Sullivan. No. He's a West Ham player. As soon as he runs onto the pitch in a West Ham shirt, I'm sorry, we have to go the other way. We have to actually cheer him, and that sticks in my throat to say that, but we have to. I don't want him to do badly. If he's going to play for us, I want him to do bloody well. Right?
Yeah,
As much as I don't like him that much, he can win me over. I never set me mind on shit like this. Also, let me just say, stuff that he said in banter with Antonio, personally, I ignored it all. I didn't listen to half of it. I stopped listening to that podcast shortly after because it was clearly just them two bantering each other. And it's meaningless. It's more offensive to the fans than it is to each other, right? They're just taking the piss out of each other. The one thing I didn't like was he did the laughing at the crowd thing, which is what Jamie Vardy used to do whenever he scored regularly in front of the London Stadium, in front of the Bobby Moore stand. He used to come and give it loads as well. But they've all done it, and Mount did it once. We're not
that was right in front of me. That.
Yeah. Well, did you not leap over the barrier? Nothing.
Because we've just been singing in that he's just a shit Declan Rice. And then he scored straight away.
I know.
And he stood there laughing at us. I nearly jumped over, but I had to control myself.
Only at West Ham. So you let him go scot-free, Martyn. Come on. Sort that out. Sort man out. But anyway, look, I don't like this any more than you people in the chat like this. Martyn don't like it either. Chris definitely don't like it. He's in Japan. He's depressed. He's depressed today. He's had a lovely holiday. Still got 2 weeks to go. He had a little moment of depression earlier when he read this.
Yeah.
But you can't choose players. We don't sign them, do we? They just appear. But I don't mind the story that I heard about Potter where he didn't want this player. He said no, because you know very well that he would have been signing for us on 115 grand a week for 3 years. If Salthouse and Sullivan had their way, that's what would be happening. Potter said no. He said the only way I'll have him is on a pay-as-you-play. He must have had insight into what Newcastle offered him because apparently it was the same deal.
Yeah, I think it was the same.
Yeah.
It's the same one that offered Antonio as well, apparently. So,
well, I think that same one they offered Antonio and he turned it down.
Yeah, I did read that. Yeah, well, I'm not sure how true it is.
Well, if that is true, that at least says something for him in that if it's such a crappy deal, he must have the appetite to play some games and try and get himself into the team, right? So, as to say, unfortunately, but he'll be on the bench and Potter will pick Marshall, hopefully. Yeah, look, we all hope that. But again, if he's a West Ham player, listen, you get over it. He ain't the first West Ham player. I didn't like Lee Bowyer when he bloody joined Snotty Nose Git. And he was rubbish as well. But he can score goals. He can still score goals. He's lost a little bit of his pace, but he's a great finisher, especially at the near post. Pains me to say. As we've seen, he's scored 14 goals against us in 16 matches.
It's not Callum Wilson personally again, is it? It's what this signing means. That's what everyone's getting upset about. This looks like it's instead of us buying a big striker.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think Potter basically said, from what I heard, that he didn't want a striker, right? Because he's got enough.
Yeah.
And I think that's with the idea of bringing Wilson through. But there's no harm in having a spare, is there? Because odds are, from what happened last year, Fulkrug will miss the odd game, And look, you're not going to go through a whole season with 3 fit strikers, are you? It just ain't going to happen. You're going to need coverage, and you're going to need someone for cup games. You're going to need all sorts of things. And plus, he played the whole season coming off the bench for Newcastle. He'll probably do that for us.
If he comes on and nicks goals when we're desperate in the last 10 minutes, we're all going to be happy. We're all going to be cheering.
We are. And if he's laughing in the face of the opposition supporters, then he wins me over, doesn't he? He wins me over. That's good, especially Tottenham or Arsenal, anyone like that. It'd be good, wouldn't it?
The other positive, when I was trying to find a positive earlier, was in training, Callum Marshall is going to be with him every day, and he is an experienced striker. He's going to learn things from him. He wasn't a bad player.
As Iron Disciple, has he had an about turn? He was talking about having to take his anxiety medicine earlier because we signed him. Yeah, I know you feel, but he's turning around. Go Wilson, go. Yeah, I can't go that far yet. That's a bit extreme for me. Give me time. Wilson never scored a single goal last season. I don't think he started a game last season. Everything from the bench, right? So you sometimes get a chance on the bench, sometimes you don't. He looks a bit crap coming on against us. I've got to admit, he looked like a different sort of Wilson, but. Honestly, again, like I said earlier, different surroundings, different team, different manager, different tactics. I think in a front two, especially when you're losing a bit of your pace, the front one, when you're up on your own, you've got to take all the physical challenges from two centre halves and everything else. It's a whole different task to if you're coming on to, to replace someone in the front two. That is a different challenge altogether. So honestly, if Potter didn't want him, I mean, totally did not want him, he wouldn't have even suggested that deal. So, I suppose it's better to have someone there than not, right?
Yeah. I hope it goes well. We've got him now. There's no point getting angry
I hope
about
it goes well. Is that the best you can do? I hope it goes well.
I'm trying. I don't know if you heard me.
It looked like you meant it when you said that.
What I thought earlier, I don't know if you heard me when I said just now, is that Callum Marshall will be with him every day in training. He will learn from him because he was a good player. And he
absolutely will learn from him, and the near post runs that's where he got a lot of his goals. Don't forget, right? Apparently, Wilson said he was having his medical with a stethoscope over his heart. Inside, you will only see West Ham. Brilliant.
What a comment!
Yeah. In all seriousness, he has to score 5 goals to surpass Wilson, as Ings scored 4 goals across 3. Yeah, I know. That was bad, wasn't it? That was bad. But he did get the one at Fulham, and I was leaving the ground when he scored that, and there was just a pile-on of bodies. It was so funny, so funny. And the thing is, he was finished when he was with us, but we always sang his name because he tried hard, didn't he? He tried hard. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I see some people saying, "Well, why didn't we just keep Ings?" But he was on ridiculous wages. He was on the top drawer.
WHU Cyan 95 says, if I had to choose Stevie Wonder or Wilson as a striker, I'm choosing Stevie Wonder. Probably score more goals than Wilson. Well, Stevie Wonder ain't a good striker. He ain't very good. I've seen him. Misses all the crosses, goes straight over his head, one smack in the face. But, yeah.
He's in the twilight of his career. He was a good player. He must have 10, 15 minutes in him at the end of a game. Yeah. And if it's not costing us much, not taking any of our budget, it's another player in it we can drop in.
It is, and look, I don't know what he's like. He's obviously good at the old banter on, with Antonio. They seem to like each other a lot. I'm sure if he's good for the dressing room, I'm sure someone would have asked Antonio what they thought of him. Not that he's ever played with him, but what kind of guy he is. Would he fit in? Would he be good for the youngsters and all that kind of stuff? Mind you, Antonio probably at that point turned around, went out and slammed the door, didn't he?
Yeah, I wonder what he thinks of it.
Probably fuming. Wilson scoring against Newcastle. I mean, one way Wilson can win us over, right? Obviously, to score against Spurs or Arsenal, right? Absolutely. Newcastle would do, but yeah, I don't care who he scores against anyway. It should be Spurs. I only ever wanted West Ham. Yeah, this is the thing. He's got a big chance in that launch video to right some wrongs. He must have been looking at social media and know full well that the West Ham fans are up in arms over this, right? But I don't want us to be up in arms over it. I wanted us to be up in arms over, over it until it happened. But now he's one of our players. Don't be up in arms over it, for God's sake. I mean, honestly, I can't wish a West Ham player badly. That includes everybody I've said that I want to get rid of. If they're playing games for us, I want them to do well. Includes Ward-Prowse, includes Suchet, includes everyone. But that team is changing dramatically, innit? We'll have to do something in the next show on what the squad looks like, because I think we'll get a few. There'll be a few ins and outs this week. There's only 2 weeks to go until the season starts, right?
Yeah.
So that's leading up to the Lille game next week, which I'm not going to, strangely.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You're going, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't. I
think we should expect to see the starting 11, the best one we've got in that game. So it'll be interesting to see where we're at by then.
Yeah, no, it's true. Randy says, Gary, another thing, very nervous that Wilson will disrupt the dressing room vibe with his comments. Imagine Bowen and others think, well, yeah, I wonder if he's going to carry on doing that damn podcast. Because I imagine, and was Antonio doing it up to the crash as he started doing it again? I don't know. I haven't listened, but,
sure.
It will be for an interesting discussion, especially after all the stuff he said about West Ham before, what Antonio will say to him now in return, because that's how that stuff works, isn't it? Right. Yeah, this is going to be interesting when he kisses a badge. Imagine that. Martyn is going to kiss the badge.
Is he?
Got to stop him kissing the badge. Just stop him kissing the badge.
That'll only happen if he scores. So
yeah,
that can only be a good thing, surely.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, that's I don't like that, because there was a point in time when Antonio talking on that podcast, I think it caused a little bit of grief. I got to be honest.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the feel of that podcast.
No, but look at this. Look at the things. 47 goals in 113 appearances. They are good numbers. It's a pity the 113 appearances came over 5 years, isn't it?
Yeah, we are getting him at the very end of his career, though. Newcastle fans were saying his legs were gone last year.
And don't forget, we have got the big fucking German up front who's motivated and ready to go, and will tell it how it is. Right, so he's got Wilson in a headlock at the moment. He's doing that thing on top of his head like that, right? He's sort of telling him, he's giving him a warning. You're coming to my house now. You're coming to my house now.
Hopefully, if this signing's being announced, that means there's a big signing coming, like a goalkeeper or something, because they're going to need to do something quick around this. If this is the big news for the week,
I thought it's going
to anger a lot of West Ham fans.
That's the thing. I thought it'd be announced at the same time, so as everyone would just ignore Wilson. I think it's a bit inadvisable to do it this way. Got to be honest.
Yeah.
Is that what we're paying him? 10 grand a week for an experience? Bloody hell. So that's his basic. Christ. So he's basically playing for free in their terms, right? 10 grand a week to a Premier League player who's been on Premier League wages. That's like chicken feed. So I've got to admire him a little bit for that. I've got to be honest. If that's what it is, that's it. Nuggian. Yeah. Nuggian Wilson. Yeah, he's doing it. Can't remember the term. Yeah. So, right. But yeah, I think that's it. 5K a week. Oh, we're going to give him 5K a week now. He's gone down. Oh, people are just making it up, aren't they? But look, a really low wage for a Premier League player who's played for Newcastle, God knows how much he was earning on there, I'd think it'd be between 10 and 20 grand a week, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to get more money the moment he walks on the pitch. I think
he will.
The basic wage,
and if he scores a goal, every goal's worth about £1 million, I reckon. Yeah,
there's Mr. Salthouse wouldn't have agreed it otherwise. There's got to be money in it somewhere.
Hat-trick first game, and they'll be calling for the stretchers upstairs in the director's box. Like that. Take Mr. Sullivan down. I ain't falling for the Weststone try. Barney,
could finally push Sullivan out.
I know. Barney, you don't know new rules, do you? I ain't got a fucking clue what Weststone's saying. I don't listen to Weststone. I don't listen to other channels. Nor Martyn. We're just like Martyn. Martyn does his TikTok, by the way, on Talking Hammers, and also on YouTube on Talking Hammers. They're very good, actually. That's what first attracted us to Martyn. You know, they're good entertainment. Good entertainment, to be fair.
Yeah, so I haven't pushed Chris out, by the way. I haven't taken him over his job.
No, it's right. It's right. Go and subscribe to his channel. So Martyn's doing the group shows with us, and he's doing his solos over on TikTok and YouTube. So go and support him over there as well. But yeah, I think it's going to be that's it. That's the end of the show, isn't it? So look, thank you everybody for subscribing. No, not for subscribing. I'm going to ask you to do that in a minute. Thank you for joining. Thanks for all your comments in the chat. If you haven't subscribed, yeah, we're there now. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like. Hit the bell notification icon. That would be much appreciated. Thank you to Claire for modding. Perfect as usual, obviously. Thanks to you, Martyn. Thanks for this is your second appearance.
No, I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Gary. Must be doing something right to invite me back.
It's been good fun, hasn't it? It's been good fun. Yeah. So and that's it. Thanks to everybody. If you're watching this on the recorded version, you know, after the live, please leave a comment in the against the video. We try to respond to all of them. And that's it. Until next time. See you soon. Come on your hands.